What up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? It is your man D Real, and welcome to another Be Real with D Real, where entertainment is what I do. How y'all doing? Before I get off into what I'm gonna get off into, I need y'all to do the usual. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that number one, you can get alerts when I drop new videos. Shoot, I'm getting new alerts now that I drop new videos. So if I'm getting them, I know y'all getting them, but you gotta subscribe in order to get the alerts. Also, comment. Sometimes I might seem like I'm, coming off a little pissy. I'm really not. Sometimes I ask questions. And the purpose of a question, please remember this when you are commenting on my page, the purpose of a question is to gain more information than what you have. At least that's why I ask questions. I don't ask questions to be inquisitive. I don't ask questions to lure anybody into a trap of a conversation. If I'm asking a question, I'm for real asking a question because I want to know. I am assuming that is the reason you guys ask questions too. So when you ask me a question, please understand you're going to get an answer. If it ain't the answer you want, don't ask the question. Anyway, I want to talk about Brother Voodoo. I want to talk about Brother Voodoo. That is not his normal stick that he usually rocks with. That is actually a stick from a Black Tom Cassidy action figure. And I wasn't using the Black Tom Cassidy figure for Black Tom. It's actually a custom I was working on. I've been doing a Count Nefaria for the longest. I need to hurry up and finish that Count Nefaria and let y'all see it. Anyway, Brother Voodoo. Anyway, Brother Voodoo made his debut in Strange Tales, number 169, in September of 1973. Another Black hero from the 70s. But we don't talk a whole lot about Brother Voodoo because he seems cliched, or at least in his initial, debut, he seemed rather cliche because the average human being doesn't understand what voodoo is. Okay, voodoo, I guess we're gonna say, okay, for the purpose of and sake of comic book continuity, we're going to say voodoo is magic. For those of us that are in the know, we understand that voodoo is actually a religion that a lot of people don't understand. And at the time when this character was created, it was created with the understanding that voodoo in and of itself is something evil. Not necessarily. Voodoo, just like any other religion, is about having a oneness, a synchronicity, if you will, with nature and your environment. And that is the part that seems to get played up nowadays with Brother Voodoo. But originally, Brother Voodoo's brother, Daniel Drum, Jericho Drum is Brother Voodoo's government name. And he learned voodoo and has the ability to summon the spirit of his dead brother, and his brother's spirit can possess him and give him superhuman strength. Okay, he also has the ability to commune with the lower, The Loa are voodoo spirits that that Brother Voodoo can entreat to help him to perform feats. For the most part, a lot of animal control, even plant control to a lesser degree. Plants will obey him to the best of their ability. He can't make plants do things like what poison ivy does, but to a lesser extent. His power is not plant control so much as it is communicating with nature. Okay. In the early 2000s, they finally decided they were going to give Mr. Drum a little bit of respect and make him the Sorcerer Supreme, which he was for a little while. He even rocked the Cloak of Levitation. He rocked the Eye of Agamotto. Feel like that was an attempt to make the Sorcerer Supreme position a little more diverse, because it seems like anything that is worth having or is a title or something like that in a comic book, it is more than likely often held by a Caucasian character, which I understand. I don't necessarily approve of it, but I understand if you got 1,000 white characters and 50 black ones, then the averages say 9 times out of 10, most characters that are worth anything are going to be the non-black characters, you know? And it's like, you got black characters and we relegate them to these mediocre positions because in the 70s, nobody was checking. Now, let's just be honest, nobody was checking for Brother Voodoo because it was gimmicky. You know what I mean? It was the 70s, and in the 70s, comic books were looking to exploit things. They exploited the blaxploitation era with stuff like Luke Cage and Black Lightning. They exploited the martial arts craze along, you know, with like Shang-Chi and Iron Fist and White Tiger. And they were exploiting the horror genre, which saw the birth of characters like Damon Hellstrom, aka the so-called son of Satan, the Ghost Rider, and Man Wolf was popular back then, and of course, you had your man Jericho Drum here with the voodoo aspect of it, and then to a lesser degree, you have Werewolf by Night, Tomb of Dracula, all of that. So there was a lot of that going on in the early to mid 70s because we wanted to take advantage. We wanted to, I keep saying we like I was doing it, but comic books, they wanted to tap into a demographic. If you was into horror, well, we got something for you over here. If you into the blaxploitation, we got something for you over here. If you into the martial arts, we got something for you. Just spend your 25 cents on our comics. And that's pretty much what people were doing. I like Brother Voodoo as a character. Dr. Voodoo, Brother Voodoo, whatever you want to call it. But he, like many characters of African American descent or Haitian descent, underutilized. And I think that's because the writers don't understand what they should or could be doing with a character. Let somebody know what they're doing, do something with that character. Make that character respectable. Do you want it to be a respectable character? No? Maybe? I don't know. I hope to see more of Brother Voodoo / Dr. Voodoo in the months to come, and not just as a character who T'Challa calls upon when you're calling on all of the African American or Black characters to help you with something. Call on him because you're dealing with something that he specializes in. Call on him because there needs to be a team up between those two. The situation necessitates Brother Voodoo being called in to assist. Doesn't necessarily have to be anything. Well, it should be specific. If you're calling on someone who does voodoo, then you should be calling on them for a specific reason. And since in comics, voodoo equates into magic, then it will probably be something of a magical based character. Do you dig Brother Voodoo? Have you read any Brother Voodoo comic books? What's your favorite Brother Voodoo, Dr. Voodoo storyline? Drop that there in the comments. And as always, comment, like, and subscribe to the Be Real with D Real page. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I am, y'all, be good to each other.